The requiem mass for Dr. Cyprian Kizito Lwanga, the late Archbishop Kampala Diocese, was held at Lubaga Cathedral. 68-year-old Lwanga died on 3rd April at his residence near the cathedral, a day after he laid the way of the cross on Good Friday. At the entrance of the cathedral, some people were given the last chance to view Lwanga's body. The casket was closed for good, and the body was brought inside the church for the final prayers and eulogies in the house of God that Lwanga led for 15 years. Several dignitaries attended the Mass. The chairman of the Uganda Episcopal Conference, Bishop Anthony Ziwa, led the Mass and first paid tribute to other bishops who died around the same time as Dr. Cyprian Lwanga.
Archbishop Emeritus wa Juba mu South Sudan ne Bishop Alfred Maluma, Bishop wa Njombe Diocese mu Tanzania.
Later, wreaths were laid on the casket according to protocol. Lwanga was described as a man who stood for what is right, condemned wrong actions, promoted the love for God, and unity and love for one another.
And let us learn from him that we are created by God to obey him, to love him, and to love our neighbor. And by so doing, we want to be good Samaritans to all people around us.
Members of Lwanga's family were the first to pay tribute to him.
26th December has been our family day with him at Chabaka Day since the 1980s. As a family, we have known Archbishop Lwanga as a person who loved cleanliness and neatness. I remember as a child that our father, as we fondly called him, would inspect our bedrooms at Chabaka Day to see whether our beds were well laid and our bedrooms were organized.
Lwanga is also remembered for steering development in the Catholic Church and having several other unfulfilled plans.
I'm aware that he had a dream of transforming Wekembe into a bank. I did discourage him because I didn't want him to compete with Centenary Bank. Instead, he was now busy trying to turn Wekembe into a credit institution with strong links with Centenary Bank. I'm aware that he had a dream of setting up a mineral water bottling company. I'm also aware that he had a dream of constructing a retirement home for the priests in Kampala Diocese, and indeed he requested me to include in the strategic plan of the Centenary Foundation.
Other leaders also conveyed their tributes.
Was a humble and faithful servant of God, whose noble actions and wise counsel facilitated the growth of the Christian faith in Uganda and beyond.
At around 3 p.m., Cyprian Kizito Lwanga's body was wheeled to its final resting place between other bishops, were buried inside Lubaga Cathedral. Only a few family members and church leaders witnessed the lowering of the casket. Later, other mourners were also allowed to pay their last respects to the outspoken Lwanga. On this day, the 8th April 1978, Dr. Cyprian Kizito Lwanga was ordained as a priest, and he served as a priest for 43 years, while 25 years as a bishop. He had planned and had shared with the church here that he wanted to celebrate the 25 years jubilee next year, that is 2022. And although he has not lived to celebrate that day, it is hoped
that the brethren and the leadership of this very church will fulfill his dreams that he had for the betterment of this Roman Catholic Church in Uganda. Fare thee well, Dr. Cyprian Kizito Lwanga. Sudhir Yarhanga, NTV at Lubaga Cathedral in Kampala.